There we go. Okay. Good morning officially. My name is Derry, and today we are back at it, continuing the piece that we started yesterday. I'm going to spend just a minute just kind of vibing here, chatting, while I wait for everyone else to just kind of show up and get ready. Sorry about that. Hope everyone is doing well, by the way. Ah. I'm very excited for where the drawing is going to go. It's looking pretty nice. I know you can't see it just this second, but I'm pretty optimistic about it. In fact, you know what? Let's just hop out of this little talking room and just look at it real quick. Oh, so gorgeous. We have this nice little spiral of the clouds reaching out for the necklace. Can't wait to fix this blue though. Yumi! How are you, Yum Yum? I'm asking you that like I wasn't on call with you 5 seconds ago. Good, how am I? I'm doing wonderful, Yumi. Are you in both? Twitch and YouTube? Both open? I see. Well, yeah, I'm very excited to make this piece look less bad. To just pour out a lot of love. You know, just make it actually look decent. Right now it's looking a bit messy. Like, way too messy. So everything that's not the character looks pretty good, I think. I think the floating islands look phenomenal. This ship could probably take a bit of work. Hi, Novo! You think it looks great so far? I'm so happy to hear that. I've been, working hard on it. But yeah, no, there's a lot that needs to be tackled. The face isn't rendered. Well, okay, nothing's rendered. That's what today is about. Gotta fix these fingernails. Oh boy. There's a lot to go at. I think one of the first things I might tackle is just the necklace. It's driving me nuts. The little blue right here. Ugh. Ugh. I can't wait any longer. I gotta get in there. Alright. What's this layer? Oh, it's my blur bit. Honey. Alright. Delete. Alright. You have two choices when rendering. You commit or you play it safe. And today I'm playing it safe because it's a multi-day adventure. So let's buff this out. It is Nulvo. Nulvo's great. By the way, I know I already said it to you, but I have been loving the posters you've been making on the server, Nulvo. They're so fun. We do appreciate Nulvo. We are Nulvo appreciators here. Nulvo says, haha, thank you. I'm currently working on yet another one. Oh, I bet it's gonna be great. Are you gonna keep with your tradition of Comic Sans? Sans? Of course. Okay. That's what I like to hear. Oh, wait, hold on. I have my friend Nukatron who gets mad at me when I don't alert them that I'm streaming. So I need to paste them the link. They're playing Marvel Snap, so they're clearly preoccupied. They've been playing it for 20 minutes, actually. What the heck? Probably because it was Jeff week. Comic Sans better be on the way. That's so great. Alrighty. Oh, we can also easily just, like, brush away the awkward line there. And bam. That's starting to look a whole lot better. Acorn is back. Hello, I cannot hear you right now because I'm busy, but paint a temporary smiley face if you can read this. There. I'll even name it. I can read this. I got you. Give the smiley face a stash. Alright, I'll give it. Do you want the curly stash? Where it, like, swirls? Alright, I'm glad everyone's happy. I don't know if you can hear me, Crispy Acorn, but do I have a signature that I can sign my artwork with? The answer is yes. I do. Let me see where it's hiding. I believe I've pulled it. Signature. Wow. Yeah, this is it. This, that's... I just copy and paste that. It's fancy because it says both dairy and panda in a cool way. But a lot of people like to bully me. Call me Perry Anda. This looks new. This is old, actually. Harry Danda. See? The bullying continues. We're vibing though. We're having fun. You like it, Novo? I'm glad to hear that. Are those ears on the D? Yeah. Disney's coming for me? Oh gosh, you're right. Wait, I need to change it. Oh, that's horrifying. I have to admit, when I first saw your name, I thought it was Dairy Panda. Diary Panda? Oh my goodness. I hope not many people saw Diary Panda. That's a wild name. I'm getting zealous. I think it's important to leave certain accents of like a painting for the last, like the highlights. They are so rewarding and satisfying, so if you leave them towards the end, they make you very happy, you know? You throw them in too early, you just want to call it quits sooner. It gives you something to work forwards to. And for me, one of those things I like working towards to is my subsurface scattering lines along the Terminators. They look so pretty for me. They are my juicy ones. Oh my gosh, I can't get enough of them. And I see a perfect spot to put it right here along, you know, the light of the hand. Oh, I want to. So right now I have the bump a little wrong. should be a bit more like that. I need to look at my shark tooth reference form. Very simple. You just look up shark tooth. Yeah. No, just as I remembered, there's the little bump part. This necklace is indeed modeled after a shark's tooth. Ooh, I'm struggling. Do that little indent. And we'll go a long way. Carving away. Might have it a bit long, actually. Very simple fix. Oh, fun fact, Nulvo. This painting is to commemorate the comic I'm working on right now. This character is the protagonist of it. Yeah, so it's a very productive painting. Really excited about that? I am too. I'm happy to hear you're also excited. Yeah, this is a non-canon painting. I need to disclose that. I don't want anyone to think that this is a canon event. The kid falling to his death. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe even streaming myself working on some of the panels, like some of the drawing pages now and then. But I don't know if that would be bad or not. Like giving away the story, because I would have to be drawing it, you know? Difficult line to walk. Loving these shadows. I love adding a bit of flavor onto fingers. Also, Nulva, you better be in bed within a few hours. I know how late it is for you. But you can vibe till then. It's only 10:50 p.m. Oh, actually, that's a lot earlier than I thought. Alright. No, you're chilling. Have fun. Let's see here. was planning on doing the face first, but something about the fingers just recalling to me that they needed to be buffed out. Fingernails a bit too cool. Trimming it up a bit. I think that goes a long way. Gonna need to adjust those in the future still, though. That's a future me problem. Let's look at current me problems. Bunch of lines here that I'm not sure what they're supposed to be achieving. So I'm just cleaning those up. I was thinking about rendering this a lot yesterday. Usually I'm pretty quick to start rendering. So having to intentionally hold off on it yesterday was very painful. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. Hated it. What's going to be extra annoying is when I am working on the comic pages, I'm not going to be able to really render much at all. And the rendering phase is such a big part of the process for me. So it feels a little jarring to think about that. Let's see here. Very lightly. I'm going to add some bounce light onto this hand. That's too strong. I think right there is fine. So I'm going to apologize in advance for twirling around the canvas constantly. Probably not going to be great view. So Nelvo, I saw that you were working on another video. What's your new video going to be about? Nelvo says, people have been asking me for a PNG Tuber Plus tutorial. What's PNG Tuber Plus? I don't even know what that is. Like, I understand what a PNG tuber is, but plus? I wonder what a PNG tuber minus would be. Nova says it's a free program that lets you make PNG tuber models with animations and physics. Kind of like a VTuber Lite. Oh, that sounds nifty. I have my little guy at the top right. That's the extent of what I have. You love them? Yippee! Well, I might need to watch your video and see what I can do with a PNG Tuber Plus. I could just probably move him over or something. I don't know. I like that he talks. It's very nice. I will say I don't have a lot of animation experience though, so he's a little awkward. It's so good. All right. Well, I guess I'm pretty happy with him too, honestly. So I'll take your compliment. Thank you. That arm looks a lot more like an arm now. Let's go. Well, while the hand and necklace could use some more rendering, I got out the points that were really bugging me, so I'm feeling a lot calmer about it now. Feeling a little saturated down there. Buff that out real quick. So much saturation going on elsewhere. So. This nail doesn't look quite right. So Yumi, if you're listening, tell me when you're heading off to bed. Because I wanna see the progress on the drawing you're working on for Zephyr. Ooh. Yumi says, I'll let you know I stopped working on it because I gotta get some stuff done before bed. That's fair. All right, Nelvo, I am wondering, what is your favorite fairy tale? I've been playing a lot of Raven's Watch last night. And Raven's Watch is this roguelike game where it's like dark fairy tales. You play as many of different kinds of fairy tale characters in a shared world. So they got people like Aladdin, but it's like Aladdin if the genie in the bottle was his wife that got trapped in a bottle. And then it's like Scarlet, who's part werewolf, and I think ate her mom or something. I don't know. And then Pied Piper, who can only play bad music. Yumi says, I like to be Red Riding Hood and her furry OC. Pop off, King. She's a lot of fun. Mechanically, she's also very powerful. Yeah, I'm definitely in the mood to just gush about the game, but for now, I think I'm just gonna talk about the fairy tales. She's pretty much your main. She really is your main. I don't see you ever picking anyone else, which is fine. I think that's what's very appealing about the game. There's a character for everyone. Yeah. I still think my favorite's a tie between Aladdin and Geppetto. I had a pretty good Beowulf run, though, recently. Which was fun. This first fingernail big enough? I corrected a few of the other fingernails, and now it's making me question it. Novo says, oh, that's a good question. I think Alice in Wonderland, if that counts. No, I think Alice in Wonderland is a wonderful fairy tale. It's got a fun little story, and it just is very wild to think about. I was doing a fairy tale themed campaign with a bunch of my close circles, and my girlfriend actually played as Alice from Wonderland. And her version, Alice got some magical tea from Wonderland poured into one of her eyes, which gave her heterochromia. But it's like the supernatural version where she can always see in Wonderland in one eye, and then always see the normal world in the other eye. And the Cheshire Cat will just randomly appear and give us random trinkets. Kind of like how a cat brings in, like, you know, wild game they caught for you, you know? They're like, oh, hey, here's this rat I just killed. I brought it just for you. Cheshire Cat does that with just random, you know, Tupperware, you know, like finds a hand mirror, hands it to you, gives you a curtain, right? Gives you a candlestick, a fork, just whatever they can get their hands on. Very fun. Yumi also loves Alice in Wonderland, and Novo loves Robin Hood. Oh, I see. I wish I had a stronger memory of the different variants of Robin Hood in his stories. The main one that comes to mind is the Robin Hood and the Men in Tights story. And then I remember Disney had their own take on Robin Hood where he's a fox. The valiant thief that steals from the rich and gives to the poor. But all I remember is, like, the spoofed off variants, which is a bit sad. I'm curious what kind of, like, other variants there are. All in all, very fun character. Do I think Peter Pan is the villain in the story? Do I think Peter Pan is the villain in Peter Pan's story? Because he torments Hook? Or do I think he's the villain in... What story? Are you talking about Peter Pan's story? Yeah? Oh, okay. Do I think Peter Pan is the villain? I think he's a jerk. I don't think he's the villain. I think you can easily frame many different scenarios where one person's good and one person's bad. Hugo's here! Hi, Hugo! Yumi then says, I mean, Captain Hook is just living his pirate life, and Peter comes along, cuts his hand off. It also has children kidnapped on an island who just are never growing up. Pretty evil. Okay, but like... Well, when you put it like that, that seems very evil, yeah. Am I cooking? You tell me, Hugo. Am I cooking? I would like to promote some self-positivity and say, yes, I am. I'm thinking this piece already looks amazing, and now I'm in the rendering phase where I just polish everything to look even better. I'm definitely cooking. Thank you. I'm happy to hear you think that too. Hugo, what's your favorite fairy tale? Whether it be a Disney variant, a Brothers Grimm original, or something I've never heard before. You love the color so much and the perspective is sick. Thank you! Yeah, I was working really hard with the colors. The perspective actually came kind of easy. You loved Coco? Oh, Disney's movie Coco? I have seen that. That one's a pretty sick story. I think that's one of my favorite, like, kind of concepts of, you know, playing with death and loss in a story. It's just a very flattering world and atmosphere they created with that one. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what my favorite fairy tale is. My favorite Disney princess is definitely Rapunzel, though. Yeah. Hugo says they don't have a very favorite one decided, really, but Coco comes up to mind when I asked. And Rapunzel's very iconic. That is true. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. I really like... I don't know. It's iconic. It stuck with me as a kid. Oh, Nilvo retracted a message. Did you accidentally dox yourself? It's okay. I won't repeat what you said. Well, I hope everyone's having a good time. Yeah. It's big enough that nobody can find you, but just in case, yeah. No, that's smart. I always err on the side of being safe. There's no point in risking it, right? At least that's how I see it. So, the kid here actually has a bit of a pattern going on for their shirt. It's a few triangles. One side goes up and the other side goes down. They each have triangles within them. So by creating this kind of guideline for myself, I can get pretty consistent triangles all around for it. Which is important for, well, the visual element, obviously. Oh? Hugo says, I'm homesick. I was out, but had to come back because I'm not feeling great. But I took some medicine and I'm feeling better, and I get to enjoy the Dairy Goat stream. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you're feeling homesick. Where were you out? Were you on, like, a vacation or something? Or camping? That's not fun being homesick. I don't know if I've personally been too homesick myself, but I've had friends that have gone camping with me, and they felt so miserable, and I felt so bad for them. You're on a village close to mine, partying? Oh, sorry. I got Hytale Community Brain Rat. I read mine as MYNE, and I was like, what? You were near Florida? You're in a village close to yours, partying. Oh, I see, I see. Even then, that sucks to, get homesick and stuff. You have my sympathy. But I am glad you get to drop by and enjoy hanging out. Let's clean up the guideline real quickly so that we don't gotta worry too much about it. Yeah, for those of you that don't know Hugo, they are amazing talent that I met through the Hytale community, and they have a lot of amazing, Hytale contributions. But they are also a member of MCC, working on the big server projects and everything. And what is it? Hugo does phenomenal work. I've mainly seen Hugo help with server projects for Hytale Thanksmas events. And it's always a treat to have Hugo around. So, yeah, be kind. Hugo says, thanks, bestie. You're great, Hugo. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Love MCC. Yeah, I've enjoyed watching a few of the tournaments over the years. I've always been very happy to see the work because I know Violet's always been on it. And since Violet joined the team back in the early days, that's when I started keeping an eye on it. And since then, it's like, oh my gosh, they have insane quality. Woo. Sorry if I make weird noises. I'm drinking soda, which I don't normally do. Just trying to keep myself awake. Is it 12 p.m. for you as well? Right now it is 2 p.m. I'm tired from staying up late and being irresponsible and not taking care of myself. I'm not tired because of being late. What time is it for you right now, Hugo? Messed up sleep schedule moment. Can relate. Yeah, I was talking about it before you joined in, but I've been enjoying this game called Raven's Watch, where it's a roguelike with dark fairy tale stories, or at least dark variants on classic fairy tales. And it's a lot of fun. It's very difficult though, but yeah, it's been keeping my attention. I wasn't up late playing it, just, couldn't stop thinking about getting back to playing it. It's one of those games for me. And really, it's midnight. Oh, duh. You asked that in the question. Whoops. See, this is why I need to drink something to keep me up right now. I have zero brain capacity at the moment. Hugo says, I know the sleep schedule is going to die when Hytale comes out, and that is very true. gonna be sad going so cold turkey on Minecraft after playing it for so many years, but it has to happen, and I have to binge play Hytale like no tomorrow. It's just what fate decided. Playing 7 days straight challenge? That would be miserable. I would want breaks. Don't get me wrong, I'd still want to be playing, but I'd want to have, like, breaks to splice up the fun. Just gonna add a bit of a darker splotch right here. Bit of a crease in the shirt. Ooh, I drew the pattern on before I got a nice shape on the sleeve. That was a bit of a mistake. But I was having so much fun with the pattern, I wasn't thinking. That's a bit treacherous. Ego says, man, it's gonna be great, but at the same time, I want to play and see others' reactions and see others play as well. See, I had the same mindset about playing non-stop and binging for Tears of the Kingdom when it was coming out. And then I ended up beating the game really quickly, and then all I wanted to do after that was not play the game, but do exactly what you just described. See other people's reactions, excitement, and creative ideas for how to just experience the game. Seeing what other people thought at the massive, reveals and plot twists. So, I get you. That's what I'm trying to say. I definitely get you. Let's fix up this kid's face. Yeah, I think the people that are the most excited for Hytale are mine and Canadian Flash. They're putting out the grind for it. Yeah, they are working hard. They're working really hard, which is great. I think they're one of the sole reminders that the game is alive and being developed, which is, I think, a very wonderful thing to contribute. Getting an audience in advance is intelligent. Yes. Yes, it is. I know quite a few people that were also trying to develop audiences for Hytale, kind of threw in the towel while mine and Canadian Flash stay persistent. And I don't blame anyone for throwing in the towel and switching to another subject, to get an audience for. Because the game's taken a while to come out, and I think it's fair to do that. Diego says, I'm going to be starting out with 16,000 subs, which is really good to survive the initial Hytale spike. Yeah. No, you're going to be set. I'm very happy for you. Yeah, I am going to be very screwed in the Hytale space, I think, when it finally comes out. I think the classics that were there from the beginning are gonna remember me, maybe, and that's about it. I don't know. Maybe I should do a hightail piece. Will help you out. That's very kind. It's not necessary, but it's a very kind thought. Projects I'm gonna want to do when hightail comes out is just bring the worlds I create into the game. We were talking about this either the first day I was streaming or yesterday. Um, do I have any plans for content for it? Yes. I'm going to be bringing the stories that I've created into the hightail scene, right? I think doing things where you like draw out a build or draw out an adventure and then, you know, trying to recreate it. Just coming up with simple objectives that throw in the medium of art and the game itself will be a lot of fun. You will be playing the Dairy Worlds? Thank you! Since we can, you know, dig into it and code it a bit, I'm hoping I can learn some code before it comes out and figure out how to, you know, do world generation and create some prefabs. I don't know if that'll be too much of a workload, though. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. It looks like it's going to be relatively simple. I hope so. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I think all of us are pretty excited for Hytale. Luau is a very simple scripting language. Is it Luau now? Luau? I bet you can do much with simple interfaces. I see. Well, I am really excited for it. Currently, I'm trying to fixate more on my own projects because, you know, just waiting for Hytale to come out's not gonna help me live or see the worlds I'm interested in exploring. So I'm actually in the process of commissioning Slamma for some music, and this image I'm drawing right now is a part of my story, Kreiji. It's a bit of like a commercial celebration piece for it. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a webcomic for it, and then try to turn them into videos, and that's what the music's being commissioned for. Oh, you've said a few things. Hold on, let me catch up. Hugo says, it's not confirmed, but it's stated in their job posting LinkedIn post. I do remember that, actually. So very much confirmed, just not officially. And then, ooh, Slamma Music and Dairy Art. Go to collab. I am very excited. I met up with Slamma and I was like, hey, here's the mood board. Take as much time as you need. We're going to get this done, and it's going to be great. I'm very excited. And then Slamma was like, yes. Much excited, much happy. So yeah, it's going to be a while. I'm not going to push any kind of deadline on Slamma until I'm at a point where I'm actually going to need to use it. But I have high hopes. I'm very excited. I trust Slamma the most when it comes to music. Alright, now I gotta capture this character's expression correctly. Sorry about my cat. And don't worry about yapping, Hugo. Yapping is fun. It's keeping me entertained while I draw, so don't feel bad. I'm gonna let my cat out and use the restroom real quickly. So I'll be just like less than a minute, but I will be right back. You can probably hear him crying. He wants freedom, but it's raining. He's an outdoor kitty. He's struggling. I'll be right back. Sorry, I know I was gone forever, but I'm finally back. Alright, the kitty seems happy. He's out of the room. Got himself a little kitty treat. He's doing good. He might come back in a couple minutes and just start meowing to come back in, though. That's his favorite pastime. Let's make this a bit more red. Alright. Need to make sure that his eyes are on the prize. There's a little cheat I learned back in the day for how I like to quickly do an eye. Probably render it a little bit after. But what I do is I make a really black, kind of like blurry blob. Doesn't need to be pitch black, but I like to make it pretty dark. And then I grab the main color it is, and then I just kind of softly gradient it in. And then from there, I add the pupil. And if you just erase away a few lines of it, then add a highlight, you've created an amazing eye in seconds. That's the life hack shortcut I taught myself. Sadly, because of a specific design philosophy with this character in particular, I can't do that shortcut. So let's play around with how we can amend that. First off, let's just fix the rest of the eye before we dive right in. Some characters just make your life a lot harder than, you know. Some characters have insane designs, some characters just are very simple and easy, and then you have characters like this who just make you mad at them. You could do anything else than what you're doing right now, and you choose to do it anyways. It does look like he's looking at the necklace, right? I'm not going mad. It totally does, right? Acorn is returned! Welcome back, Acorn. You must now answer the question I've been bestowing upon the others, which is, what is your favorite fairy tale? You took a shower and called your partner? Very fair. Alright, Acorn says, I don't know these kinds of fairy tales, but those poems from that one old guy who tells lessons through talking animals and situations involving them? I don't know if I know what that is. At least not off that description. Aesop's Fables. Isn't Aesop that guy from One Piece? I don't know if I've heard of Aesop's Fables. No? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I make you upset? I didn't mean it. I apologize. It's a Greek storyteller. Oh, okay. I like Greek. I enjoy Greek tales, Greek mythology, and Greek history. I don't know how I'd feel about modern Greece, though. My mom went on a trip when she was 14 and had some wild things to say about it. But she was 14 a long time ago. So everything could be completely different. You'll never guess who started rendering on the wrong layer. It's like I predicted it would happen. Ooh. What a dramatic change. All for the better. This is the power of a rendering layer, everyone. Ooh, that looks pretty fresh. Looks good. Thank you. I noticed that I need to make these eyebrows a bit darker. At least on the bottom. Oh, can you get rid of that smiley face? Alright, but I only put it there for you. It's gone now. I hope you're happy. And to think, I was debating about starting off today's stream with just a warm-up sketch. So just jumping right into this. How different today could have gone. Alright, it's time. Time for those lashes. First of all, Add a bit brighter. A bit brighter than that. Oh my gosh. There we go. Adding some very essential highlights. Just make the piece look a lot nicer. There's some light bouncing in from over here, so I can be a bit cheeky. And add my favorite highlight. We're doing it a bit early, but I want to do it. I want to do it. Nose highlights are the best. I think they always look so cool. You look sick because of the blue in between the eyes, or queasy. Oh, you think that makes him look ill? Maybe we should saturate that up a bit more, because that's not what I want to convey. It was just supposed to be some, whatchamacallit? Some atmospheric reflections. There would be a little bit of a cast shadow from the hair, but it wouldn't be too extreme. Something that a lot of people don't realize when they're doing shadows and they're learning art, it's that, how do I put it? Your shadows kind of merge together. There can be shadows within shadows, just darker creases and stuff. But when you're doing a painting, you kind of make all the shadows a little bit blurred, you know? There's a tip I learned that I never apply, and I always think about it, but I always forget to apply it. And it's to either choose to render your lights or your shadows, but don't render both. And what that means is I can either go into sicko detail mode. His arm looks disconnected. Which arm? His right arm, the one right here. Waiting. This one. It looks floaty. Probably because of how the line right there is indenting. I can start rendering this arm right now. Help communicate the idea a bit more. Let's see here. Let's draw a little anatomy outline to help me figure out what I'm imagining. So the neck would be about right there. So stretching actually would be a bit lower. So his collarbone would be like that. So the arm should go out a bit more there. Yeah, the arm should be bent and out a bit more. You are absolutely right. This is just a little bit of an awkward angle for me to do. If I cleaned up the anatomy before I started, rendering and flatting everything, it would make a lot more sense. But the thing is, I'm doing a lot of distortion you probably wouldn't actually see because of artistic flair. So, all right, rib cage, pelvis. So his booty should be sticking out a bit more. His legs going up as it bends out. All right, it looks like I just did a bunch of chicken scratch, but that's very important, chicken scratch. So knowing that, I can actually probably just erase that like that. Let's just erase this hand all together. And if we regret doing that, we could just grab it again. No rule saying we can't. Maybe we can think of a better pose for that arm, too. Alright. Just gonna play with some lines real quick for it. Oh, I don't like how that's going. I'm not showing enough of the bend in the arm. The hair was kind of messing it up. Then again, I hadn't rendered that part of the hair. So doing that just a little bit really helps with it. We can also fix it a bit more by having the sleeve kind of cut instead of coming out so much. Which way would it be cutting, though? Probably that way. I'm gonna just stick with this. If I feel like it's weird, I'll just redo it again. I want to polish up the teeth a little more. There, that subtle line just adds a lot more to the grit of the teeth. I don't know, I'm debating if we want the arm to actually, like, go off into the distance. Kind of like shape does not feel the greatest. We can fix it by just adding a little bit of an indent. Showing that the shirt's a bit loose. Yeah, so it's helping push back that perspective too. So that's good. Oh yeah. We're having a good time now. Not that we weren't before, but you know what I mean. In tradition of just chopping off limbs, I want to redo a bit more of the anatomy. This is a very standard thing for me to do, by the way. Sorry if it's bizarre to watch someone just chop up their drawing like that. I get down main ideas and then I start fiddling with it as I go instead of, you know, getting a quality thing and then continuing from there. Yeah, I just find it more fun this way. Did I watch that Golden Bone video? I did not yet. I can make sure to do it tonight. I just got very distracted after stream ended yesterday. I got so distracted I didn't even work on the storyboard yesterday. It was awful. I told myself I'm not allowed to do anything fun until I get some more pages done today. I'm so disappointed I didn't work on it yesterday. I was at a point where when I did go to work on the storyboard yesterday, I was actually just sitting there staring at the screen, thinking, I have no idea what I want to do right now. Which is not the greatest feeling. You tried watching the art SMP videos and you barely saw me. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I can try to be more front and center. A lot of the art SMP videos were of the first day, and the first day I was very overwhelmed because everyone was just kind of like shouting, and I had no idea what was going on. So I was very much just kind of like steering clear. Uh, yeah, the art tuber SMP has been a lot of fun though. Yeah, I will say I have every Friday I stream myself playing it. The VODs are on Twitch. Yeah. I wasn't sure about streaming it to this YouTube channel though, because this one's more art focused than it is game focused. So I stuck it to Twitch. I did actually really like the knee coming over here. Yeah, I think that's a good improvement. Because here you couldn't really tell what the anatomy was going on too much. In my head, the shirt's, you're falling, your shirt's just flapping around like crazy. But the thing is, even if that's a bit more realistic for your shirt to just cover up most of your body here, it doesn't really help you too much, right? Instead, what you're thinking about is like, okay, there's a blob and I can't see the body. When it's a painting, you got to take some liberties, you know? If you're drawing it, you got to be willing to ignore realism, especially in a drawing where there's floating islands and stuff. So, yeah. The trick is going to be finding ways I can incorporate it. Also, I think, yeah, the value here was getting a little caught up. So let's just grab a nice dark saturated green here and have that cut the difference so it's still visible. Or perhaps just like throwing in a strong highlight over there might be good. Oh no, that part of the bot. Ooh. Wait, we have this giant swirl here. Why not just... There we go. That help cuts up the body a bit more. Moving the clouds to fit the composition is a very fun thing I can do that you can't do with a photo unless you edit the photo. But now you've edited the photo. The photo's not realistic. That person's head was not really in the clouds. Sorry. Welcome back, Hugo. I have been hard art focused. When Dan had something to eat? Very good. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. I'll make this part of the knee closer. You just saturate it up a bit. Yeah, sometimes I'll autopilot, but if I autopilot too much, I miss things. Luckily, Acorn was here to catch some things. Acorn was like, the hand looks weird. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it kind of does. So we fixed that up. I also noticed the legs looked a bit off, so I've rendered that a bit more too. And now it's starting to look a lot better. I'm still not sure what I want to do with a hand over here, though. Because, I don't know. Let's just try it at a few different angles. Do we like that? Do we want it stretched out more? The question is, so when we're not sure what decision to do, a simple question can be, what's our focal point? How do we push the perspective towards it? So the focal point is the hand. So what would lead our eyes to it more? Well, we have this very fun kind of shape going on at the moment where we have a line going from there to there. We also could have a line coming from here, and that can only really be done with the hand in that pose. But another thing is we could have it so it goes like this. A bit of like a backwards question mark spiral. And that we can achieve that if we have the hand sticking out that way. But that looks a bit odd. So, I don't know. I think I kind of like how it was originally, where it was kind of sticking up. The thing is, I think the perspective will work a lot better if we just cover up the forearm a bit more. I think kind of doing that. Arm looks a little busted at the moment. Let's just clean it up a bit. Maybe like that. I think it's more fun. If we... You can't see me, but I am currently trying to imitate the current pose with my own body. I'm trying to think about a natural kind of like hand pose. In my mind, I kind of start mirroring the other hand, kind of reaching out for it. So probably something a bit like... Hmm. No. Let's see here. Something a bit closer to that. Are we liking that? Are we not liking that? Hmm. Well, first of all, now we know that the rest is going to be going up like that. We got to move the elbow to fit the anatomy of how we've adjusted the hand. Not all the fingers should be that desaturated. Brighten that one up a little bit. Alright, I like this hand a bit more. We can see a bit more of that middle finger's like transitional arc. of it coming up and at him. Okay, and then let's have the hand kind of bounce back. The thumb looks a bit weird right now. We can fix that. Alright, let's just... You just simply got to make it a part of the hand. And then look a lot nicer. That looks better. We can render it more in a bit. These are way too dark. And I'm loving how that's going. Okay. Then get rid of that extra digit. Ooh. Bravo, that looks like a hand. I feel like we need to push the pointer finger back a little bit. I say back, but I mean like up a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, doesn't that just look so much better? Moving that pointer finger up. And then light would still be coming over here. Bouncing off the fingers, knuckles. First off, we want to add a little bit of saturation to these nails. Brighten them up just a wee bit. Right now it's very messy over here. So we're just going to simplify everything and then render it a bit. We have this giant mess of lights and shadows bouncing around. We just want to get everything into some simple shapes that we can comprehend. That will be what is best. We still want to add... So when you draw hands, you usually want to divide the fingers into different tones for their different segments. The issue is when a lot of people do that, they will darken it, like I've done here. Look at this. For some reason, this finger is a complete mid-tone right now. Well, this one's still in the highlight region. And it's kind of okay that it's in the mid-tone area, specifically for the stroke of cloud right here. Right? But as you can see right here and here, they're pretty much the same color as the background, which we don't want. That's another reason why we made the highlight so strong over here, and why we need this line of shadow right here to just kind of separate it. We always got to be looking at the values and wondering where we went wrong. So honestly, I could probably get away with... Let's test it. We should be able to brighten up these digits. So I think this finger will work a lot better if we use some simple overlap, because it's looking a bit odd how it's just kind of sticking out to me. Maybe even push it a little bit lower. The thing about the middle finger is it loves attention. It loves sticking out. It loves being on top of everything else. So communicating that kind of hierarchy usually pretty helpful. And just because it's overlapped a bit here doesn't mean we need to forget that there is still a nail. Now, a lot of people don't like drawing fingernails, but I don't know. Once you learn them, they're pretty nice to add to hand drawings. Alright, so we know where our light source is. Let's think about adding that a bit more right here. Alright. Gotta bend the perspective a bit more. Let's, in fact, just completely redo this thumb. I think it's not working. Sorry for getting so quiet. This specific angle of anatomy is a little tricky. So making sure we get it right is a little difficult. Imagining it to be a bit more like a trapezoid is also going to help. There also should be this case. I think the perspective's not believable because we're seeing too much of the hand right here. So let's just keep pushing it. You'd see the first bump. If you look at your hand, you can kind of divide it into 3 sections. It looks a little bit like the trackpad on a mousepad. That's a general hand. So essentially what was happening is if I were to put it into a box form, I kept drawing the hand like a block like this, and then just sticking the fingers out to put it into another perspective, and then the thumb's like going out here somewhere weird. When what needs to be happening, using the box again to illustrate it, I need to orient the box a little different so that you only see the top part of the palm, right? And then you can see a little bit of the bottom two parts. And that makes it look a lot more anatomically accurate. And that's what's been driving me nuts. I've been trying to figure out how to do that a little blind. So I just grabbed my hand and I just started going at it. I was like, oh, okay. Let's don't take that out of context. I'm grabbed my hand to use as a art reference, an art tool reference. Oh boy. I could have phrased that so much better. Yeah, rendering is a very... Oh, storyboard is looking good. Mikan, don't out me like this. Unless you're talking about your own storyboard. Yes, Hugo, it is difficult. Man, hands plus perspectives equals drawing nightmare. It's very difficult. It is difficult. I will not deny. I am struggling a little bit here. What's a little wild about it too is I'm very much stubborn, so I'm not using a 3D model to like make it a bit more easy on myself to adjust it. Instead, okay, the thumb needs to go out like this. Does that look good? No. Does that look good? That looks so much better. Okay, like that. It needs to go out like that. Oh, we've got it. And bam! It's as easy as that. Now we have a hand. Yes, I know I need to lighten up the pinky, but we have the hand. We've done it. We can look at that and be like, that's a hand. Woo! I did it. That's right, Hugo, I did it. Oh my gosh. If I want to put Hugo to work, I can just say, Hugo, now 3D model this. Don't do that. That would be a pain. Oh. Okay. Now we could just add that same pink we've been applying to everything else. And it stands out from the background. Need to fix that nail. And... Come on, come on. Ooh, okay. That looks a little awkward. Big, medium, small shapes are the key to success. Hugo says, I don't know 3D modeling, so I'll get back to you with the model in 2 to 3 business years. I don't know 3D modeling either. I need to learn it. We can learn it together. I want to learn it to make easy sets and weapons for my comics, so I don't need to draw complex structures over and over again for different, like, panels. Mikon says same. Yeah, sorry. I did respond to your comment, Mikon, on Twitch. I'm sorry. I have my Twitch chat on my big TV, while the YouTube chat's on my phone right next to my canvas. So it's a lot easier for my eyes to look at the YouTube one. And the reason why I also have it like that is because most people seem to be enjoying the YouTube stream more. So yeah. Whoever was mentally thinking, wow, that dairy guy should really add saturation to foam as well. Thank you. I have. But everyone was looking at it and was going like, time to add it. And I was taking forever. Okay, that hand looks so clean now, though. Beacon says, I keep ping-ponging between wanting to learn Blender and just telling myself I should just learn how to draw things in perspective. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I feel like I should just learn how to draw things in perspective, but Blender, you know, creating a scene in Blender and then reusing that, like, if you have a set location, like, if you're doing, like, a slice of life comic, I think you should create the main, like, places that you're going to be revisiting in Blender and use that, right? Although, if you're just doing it for, like, illustration stuff, I don't know. I think it's a really useful skill to just know it off rip. It's a hard choice. I guess doesn't need to be a choice. You could just do both. 100% if it's a set piece 3D. Yeah. No, definitely. Like, there's a few locations in the comic I'm making that you're going to be going to. It's an adventure comic, though, so it's not going to be unexpected to just leave a location. But at least starting off, it's a bit more landlocked. So, you know, I'm going to have a lot of different elements that I need to just use over and over. And for that, I'm thinking it might be good for me to learn how to make a Blender scene. Just saying. I'm eating up how I did the hand now, but... how did I make this mistake? That's very fixable, though. I just make the whole cloud right here a bit brighter. And then we preserve that contrast that we are striving for, making the hand not fade into the background. And then if we do want that kind of element of a shadow, we could just bounce it back right there. Because the finger, it contrasts just fine from the blue. But the cloud, it wasn't. So the solution was to just have the cloud bounce off it again. Yeah, Mikan, you would be so disappointed in me. I didn't storyboard a single page last night. It was even on the schedule, and I still didn't do it. Ah. You know you saw me on Minecraft? Shush! Shush! No! Don't dox me! No, I wasn't on Minecraft. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. Big thing I should fix. Well, I need to do the hair at some point. Look at this mess. Ooh. And then Mikon says, I mean, yeah, you're surely doing something else more productive than storyboarding. Absolutely, Mikon. I'm glad you got my back. The thing I was currently just thinking that I should probably fix up, that I've been looking at for a while, was like, ooh, is this foot. This foot in particular. Yeah, I don't know what this foot is. Okay. Let's just so let me hold up the reference. Clicky clacky. Alright. Foot bumps. Oh, I don't know. I need a what a weird position I need to draw the foot from. I could probably get it by bottom of foot. Because I feel like the foot would be a bit... Alright, let's... No, it doesn't... Hmm. So this actually... This pant leg needs to be a bit more showing that he has a thigh. In fact, it wouldn't be that far black. Let's add some blue lighting. Oh, this painting's looking clean. I'm McLovin' it. I feel like it needs some more floating islands and different kinds of elements like that, though. Because down here, it gets a bit too open. One thing at a time. Foot. He has feet. Hmm. Trying to... Does he have boots? Thinking of pivoting the entire design just to give him boots. There's boots, and then there's slacks. Like, yeah, usually it's boots or slippers. So technically, you should be able to see a bit more of his foot, I think. Do any of y'all have to endure drawing feet? Mikon says yes. Alright. I'm not trying to out you, but I am wondering. Do you have to endure it, or do you enjoy drawing feet? Because some people find drawing feet fun in the same sense that drawing hands is fun. Like, these hands, I find a lot of fun. And some and anatomical aspects of the foot, I do think have very nice, like, flow lines. But I don't know. Unlike the hands, I feel like all my internal anatomy knowledge of the foot disappears after I draw one. Actually, that shadow would not be hitting like that. It would be hitting over here. Hitting on my shadows wrong. That looks bad. That does not look like foot. So let's go foot again. You hate feet, but you also hate drawing shoes, so it's a lose-lose. That is fair. I do think I should be seeing the bottom of the foot. Novo says, sorry, I'm back. I went to put my new poster up on the SMP, and then when your PC crashed and you got distracted. Oh, that's horrible. Welcome back. We have just been fighting for our lives. We are drawing feet. Peter, the bane of your existence. I'm glad it's a mutual thing amongst most artists. Dear goodness gracious. Okay. Let's think in planes. Bonk, 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 bonk. Alright, what the heck? The two beans. Come on, swerve it in. Make it fantastic. Mm-hmm. Let's back to the green section. Saturate that green a bit more. Okay. Oh, I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sorry if you heard that. Okay. Making the slacks on the feet a different color. See, I find shoes a lot easier to draw than feet, because with soles, you could just kind of figure out what the sole of it looks like with like shoes. Am I saying words correctly? Slack, shoe, feet, sole. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm saying anything I'm intending to say correctly right now. Was that... Oh dear. Yeah, it's less shapes to worry about. Thank you. Novo cut straight to what I was trying to say. Like that looks a lot cleaner. Also, you'd rather draw a foot than a shoe. It also greatly depends on the angle for me. This specific angle I'm cooking at, ooh, recipe for disaster. Not loving this angle. Not one bit. Effie! Novo, very astute. Sometimes word good, but sometimes not. What are words if just another way to embrace miscommunication? Coming from my Twitch? Oh my gosh, sorry, I closed my Twitch chat for a second because I was looking at the my foot references. You were wondering who I was talking with. I'm so sorry. Effie says, hi, finally caught you streaming. I agree with the shoe thing. That looks so good. Thank you, Effie. I'm thinking it's coming along great. It's been 2 hours, and we can actually tangibly see how much progress we've made if I just simply... Bump, bump. Oh, yeah. Massive upgrade. Actually, just massive. This rendering stage is going great. Look at that. The entire body changes. Yeah. We've been working today. No slacking. Except for earlier when I was slacking. But aside from that, no slacking whatsoever. See, that is an ugly gray. We need to cool it down in the other direction. Ooh, I do not like that shade. Why is this shade the way it is? Look at that. Saturation. My bestie. Welcome home, Saturation. I missed you. Kinda... a bit more shape All right, let me think about leg. Leg has like muscle here. So if I start doing that, it also comes up here. Start doing that. And bam. Gotta erase those light lines because they look like veins, and I do not want to give this child very veiny legs, but I think that little addition of shape really helps the form a lot. Okay. That's great. Okay. Effie says, smart to put your avatar in the mini view on Clip Studio Paint. Thank you. I was like, where should I put it? That doesn't obstruct the process, but, you know, is like present. And then I had the epiphany putting it there. So I'm happy you noticed that. That makes me happy. Yeah, currently I only have the one like emotion animated for it. One of these days we can animate some more on stream, but I don't know how to animate, so it's a bit of a painful process. I'm not sure anybody would want to watch it. Can I convey what I want to convey right here? Maybe, but maybe I gotta do it this way. It's possible, I don't know how I want it to go down. I'm kind of redesigning the shoes on the spot based on the painting. Because I'll be honest, I did not give enough attention to the shoes. And right now I'm paying the price for it. Also, it's completely cast in light right now. And it's also very messy. Round brush time. Get rid of these gaps. Simply saturate it a bit. Simply don't saturate it. Make it darker. Does that blend too much? That blends too much. Oh boy. Easy solution. You make this part darker. So that when you go down like that, it works. No, that's not working. Okay, that's fine. I need a little break from this part anyways. Of those souls. Okay, I know I just said we need a little break from it, but I want to get it to a good place before I do that. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. I'm smart. I can figure this out. If I'm having a hard time adding a shadow, instead, simply just add a highlight. Alright. It's everyone's favorite time. Time for the value check. Okay. So the hand's working well. That's good. The shadow right here is blending in too much with the background. Can simply fix that with a little highlight. She looks good. I'd put more detail around the face to keep it the focus. I will. So what was happening is I was working on the face, then Acorn made a good point that the arm I had at the time did not look the greatest. Like, it looked a bit detached, and I was like, yeah, let's fix that. So I jumped from the rendering on the face back to the hand. I'm also noticing there's not enough contrast between the knee and the background right there. So I think a rim light would fix that. In fact, I might just add a rim light to this side of the body. All around. I think that would be a nice pop for the figure. Maybe a little rim under the chin there. Yeah, playing with some rim lights would definitely help here. You can continue the cloud circle to go behind the knee for the best contrast. Effie, you genius! I also completely forgotten to finish this cloud. The cloud was initially behind the knee, but, like the dum-dum I am, I forgot to put it back. Alright, now we don't need a rim light the entire side. And look at that. So much better. Gotta be careful where I put the shadows on this cloud. Oh, there's a shadow right there. Ooh, ooh. That shadow's looking a bit off. I'll play with that a bit more in the future. Alright, and then if I do want to add the rim lighting, I could just put the shadow back, actually, and just grab that bright yellow for the sun. Grab my sharp brush. And add that rim light, which makes it pop so much. Oh my gosh. Very necessary. Knee bump, knee bump, knee bump, knee reference time. Knee reference. Need a good bent knee reference from the top down. I think I see one, but it's at such a low resolution I can't really use it. That's a shame. Knees are like square. I would say knees are more like a trapezoid than a square. But there's a specific fold in the muscle I'm thinking of that I want to capture. So, like, create that trapezoid right there. Bit darker at those parts. The thing is, I can come in with the light and make that fold pop a bit more. Ooh. A square cutting into the leg? Yeah, like... Pretty sure if I just do this real quick, will look better if I use an airbrush. That will capture that effect a lot nicer. The issue is it's kind of like hard to see because of the shirt cutting over it, which is fine. For me, there's only square and balls, no other shape. Wait a minute. What about cylinders? Also, kidneys aren't that defined. The issue is the bone structure is making it... Ugh. you know? Yeah, adding the rim light to the knee as it's kind of bending there is an effect I'm enjoying, so I will keep it. A lot of this is very stylized, though, so it's bouncing around. Haha, you said balls. Thank you for the maturity, Effie. I appreciate it. Cylinders are valid. Add them to the list. All right, good. Didn't want to be in a no-cylinder household. All right, let's keep adding these very nice rim lights. What I should actually be doing is adding these rim lights on a different layer. So I can disable them if I want to. But who has time to do that? Am I right? And then I make it a bit more green for the shirt. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Here, I think it'll look nice if I kind of feather it in a little. Cylinders are what happens if you stretch a ball infinitely long and cut off part in the middle. That's true. I wonder how you would define it then, though. Because it's no longer infinitely long. Like, what is half of infinity? Half of infinity is still infinity, silly. So is a cylinder infinity by your definition? But the cylinder is as long as we want it to be? Mm. I'm definitely struggling to follow. I do like the feather effect, but I think I like the rim lighting just kind of popping up a bit more on the piece too. Yeah, I think it's looking very cool in the value check. Let's add some of that yellow sun rim to the leg, the contrasting leg. We stretch the ball and cut out the part we need, and we cut it out from the middle so that the sides are straight. Yes. No, I am following that. The cylinders are actually balls. No, that part I don't follow. Well, we used a ball to make it. Yeah, but all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are square. If you have the right size rectangle, you can cut it in half and make a square. But, what is it? That doesn't make a square a rectangle. Sorry, that doesn't make a wait. What is it? I confused myself. Let's work on the face a little bit, though. Very smooth, but we need a bit more details going on here. Uh-oh. I hit that save button. What happened? Oh, my brush is that big. Oh my gosh, I grabbed the wrong one, and it was massive. That was wild. Alright, Effie says, is only 2 steps. Stretch the square, though. Don't think about my logic too much because then it stops logicking. Fair enough. Nolvo says, I love the way you do lighting. Thank you, Nolvo. And thank you, Effie, for backing it up as well. What about the lighting do you enjoy, out of curiosity? Because y'all are artists. Is there something I'm doing that's, like, good? Because I'm not quite sure. I definitely enjoy the aesthetic, but it's, for me, it's like, when I try to pinpoint what I think I'm doing right or not, it's very, like, I can't verbalize it. Effie says the high contrast and saturation? Really? Well, yeah, I am working extra hard to make sure I have good contrast in this specific piece. Because I'm actually trying on the piece for once. I'm doing it live, so I have to seem like I care. It sucks. No, I'm kidding. Effie says, for me, it's also that the shadows fall off being saturated is... Oh, that the shadow fall off being saturated is very satisfying. I see. 100% power? Wait, what does that mean? What do you mean by 100% power? Mikon, I think when I look at your art, Mikon, I feel like we have very similar styles, actually. Can I know some of your art inspirations for, like, learning? Because I don't know, I see a lot of similarities in how we like to draw and paint. 100% power invested into the composition and contrast. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm going hard at it. Yeah, when I'm not doing line art, we are very much similar. Yeah, no, I was looking at your paint work and I'm like, holy cow. We we have very similar kind of coloring and what is it, painting. Like, we definitely have differences in our styles, but what is it? I feel like if someone were to look at one of my pieces or one of your pieces, I would believe that they could, like, not know who it was. If they were just looking at the painting style alone. Yeah. Effie has a very different painting style from me. Effie goes all in. I am completely blown away by every piece Effie has been doing. It's just so much detail, so much consideration, so much effort, so much passion, drive. Effie just really blows me away. Effie says, I find it fascinating how the orange between the shadows on the skin manages to marry the otherwise unfitting colors. Yeah, isn't that fascinating? Like, this giant burst pop of saturation just kind of... It makes everything seem cohesive. And you wouldn't expect that to work that way. Also, I don't know how secretive Novo is being about it, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but Novo's shown me some recent updated drawings of their characters, and oh my gosh, Novo kills it with character design. I am very, very envious of their skills. Do you use any blending tools? I don't. I find it really hard to use blending tools to get what I want, because I spent a lot of time... Essentially, I learned how to paint with only the airbrush tool. And then eventually I moved to soft round brushes and hard brushes. So I do... It's less that I blend, and it's more that I just paint over it with pen pressure enough so that it blends in that sense. Elvo says, I agree about the contrast and saturation, but I also feel like you're able to use color in your shadows to really enhance the form, if that makes sense. Yeah! No, I get what you mean, because I get really into bounced light. Like, right here on the hair, for example. The color of the atmosphere, it's going to be bouncing onto the shadows, and I have a pretty alright idea of how to color pick it so that you get that blue looking color, even though it's not blue. It looks like the light's bouncing. I have a very easy job doing that. And I think I do it a lot more than I see other people doing at my skill level. I'm enjoying praise each other's art time. This is fun. Nelvo says character design is probably my favorite thing to do. Nelvo, you kill it with character design. No wonder why it's your favorite thing. I can't get enough of it. Mikon says, I don't know about my art influences, because right now my art looks nothing like how their art looks, but the people who influenced my painting the most is some mix of Cynics, Ameladori, and Jetty Jet. The only one of those I don't know is Jetty Jet, but I absolutely love Cynic's designs. And Ameladori has some wonderful pieces. I do know both of those. I definitely got a lot of knowledge from Cynic's designs. I very much love their paint exploration videos too, where they'll take an entire piece and just completely turn it into something new. I've always been fascinated with how they do that, and the way they can articulate the process of painting is one of a kind. That's where I learned to actually start treating my paintings like sculptures and have a light source in line from the beginning. Milvo says, yeah, shadows are something I really struggle with since I mainly work with line art or flat colors. Yeah, no, I get that. It's an entirely different, like, skill, figuring out lighting. Effie says, I feel like the better I get at art, the more light sources I notice in reality. Like, first it was like a spotlight, then came the ambient light from the sky. Yeah, Jetty Jet does painterly styled stuff, yet keeping it in line with being super anime. I might know Jetty Jet. I'll just look it up real quick. No reason for me to be in the dark. Oh my gosh! Yo? That's insane? Look at that. What? Oh, I dig that. That is some amazing colors and lighting. There's a whole lot more, but yeah, that's an example for all of you that also didn't know who Jetty Jet was. Okay, I can see why you were like, hey, I'm gonna be inspired by this artist. That's incredible. That style. Oh, I have seen some of their art before. Oh my gosh. What a spectacle. That's a really good artist. Yeah, I have a long list of artists that have influenced me. The number one spot is an artist that no longer posts, but they were what got me into painting. And their handle was KHR Memories. And found them when I was like 12. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Then what blew me away was they would do grayscale pieces with, what is it? They would essentially shade everything in grayscale. And then after that, they would just like color it in an instant with some blending mode layers. And I'm like, what? I would blink and the whole thing would be colored and it would drive me nuts. And I was always amazed how they did everything with just the airbrush tool. So they were definitely my art beginnings. That's how you do color sometimes. It's a good technique. I really love it, as you can probably tell. Color layer mode, my beloved. 100%. I've been loving color layer modes in the comic I'm working on. Because it means I can just do flats, pick the background color, and then all of a sudden, everything's harmonized together. Yeah, I would say, Novo, learning learning how to like paint shadows. Sorry, like bounce light within the shadows is definitely what elevated my art. It would make the area under the nose a little darker. That is fair. Because right now it's just a couple nostrils. Yeah, I wanna capture some of that saturation is all while I do it. But it definitely would be casting a bit of a shadow there. Thank you for that, Effie. I can also see this side of the face getting a bit more shadow. Oh, like under that part? What? So keep the bounce light, but make the part under it darker to account for it? Oh, I see, I see. Let me bring some of that bounce light back. Well, now it looks goofy. There we go. Right. Where's the bright layer? So darkness should be about there. There we go. Saturated a bit more. There we go. Look at that. Smooth like butter. And if we want to add just the very faint, like, concept that this character might have some lips, all we gotta do is darken that a bit. If we want to get really sicko crazy mode with it, we could also just make that a bounced light. But I think that looks weird. So we'll keep it like that for now. So good. All right. Definitely should throw it into the nostril a bit, though. And darken the nostrils a bit more again. Ooh, you like those lips? Me too. You got to be very subtle. My style's so stylized, so it's like trying to find where to grab realistic elements and balance it out is is the real struggle. Like here, these teeth look fine, but I want to add a little bit of a shine. And since, you know, the teeth are a warm shadow, it's like, oh, time to do a cool lighting. And then you do something like that. And that just makes it pop a bit more. Probably move that down a bit, actually. You cannot manage to get too stylized sometimes. I did notice that about your style. You do really good at capturing realism and those kinds of, like, very authentic details that remind me a lot of Righteous Pebble. And I think it looks really sick. But I have noticed you generally stick to that zone. Evie then says, like, I know characters don't need lips drawn, but I absolutely will draw them and will ruin it by making it too realistic. Yeah. It's very much a cycle of, like, give and take. You know what? I feel like I can get away with some arcane eyes. Like the highlight they do here. I'm in one of those moods. Arcane eyes, my beloved. Right? Is that too strong? It's a little too strong. There's a shadow of the nose that really should be like that. Hmm. Yeah, it's still a bit too strong. I might be able to get away with it if I combine it with the nose. Keep it within the values of the non-highlights. Yeah, I really should just do that. Huh. Alright. Skin tone. That seems like it's a job. We're cool lighting. Bounce light. Yeah, am I feeling that? Maybe make it smoother towards the bottom. Yeah, this crease needs to be defined, but a lot of this doesn't. Something about it just looks a little off, though. It's probably because it's only concentrated in that area, honestly. So if I were to, like... try to implement it a bit over here. A bit more. Hi, girlfriend. Yeah, that layer of light works, I think. brings the eye bags into focus. Yeah, that's true. What are we thinking about that shape, though? Hmm. I'll keep it for now. Maybe if I keep messing with it later, it'll get a bit better. You make the shading under the eye less or similar. Yeah. I want it to work is the issue. I don't want no as an option. I want to preserve everything I've done and have this work still. Ah. Effie wants to know if girlfriend's tried spaghetti ice cream. Girlfriend says, I haven't. I've seen online, but don't know where to get it or how to make it. And then Effie says, here in Germany, we have a lot of spaghetti ice cream, and it's the best, and it's so good. Lips. Yep. Like the vibrant orange right there. Self-restraint. Self-restraint. Don't need to add it just yet. I want to. It's important to me that you all know I really want to add my subsurface scattering. It's coming up from that side. We're fine. Bit too defined. And then add bounce light within the bounced light. Or Need to give that same cool highlight. Oh, bottom lip. Damn, the double bounce. Make the contrast between the hair thing over the face and the face itself higher. Yeah, I could do that. Wink. Wink. You love adjusting contrast to benefit the composition. It's so satisfying to do. I feel that. I have been doing that for like the entire process essentially, and it's been fun. It's the most problem solving you can do at the rendering stage. Well, sorry, it's not the most. It's one of the most fun rendering is what I was trying to say there. Probably want to use a brush for this one. So. Most problem solving when you manage to do it using the motive, like using the clouds. Yeah. No, it feels like you're an artistic genius when you are doing it. It's like, oh hey, wait, this cloud could perfectly fix it. And even then, it's like, I might throw in some more elements at the bottom here, near like at the bottom of the page, because there's so much going on at the top, and you get a little bit of a breather at the midway point, anyways, and then it feels a bit empty at the bottom as a result. So I'm definitely thinking of throwing in a few more elements at the bottom. But right now, it's time for the hair. Don't overdo it though. Simplicity can sometimes be key. I completely agree with that. I don't feel like I'm overdoing anything right now. Wait, what if you moved his closed eyes a little more towards the nose, like with Liquify? Oh, is it a little off? I don't think I can do it. But I could just, you know... And just like that, pretty much good as new. That's one way to do it. I usually merge all visible layers into a new one. Yeah. No, if I thought it would just be a lot funnier if I just erased it though, like violently. Okay, the issue is we made the lashes that strong on that side, so we need to come back over here and do the same treatment. Grr. Love his new lashes. Are they silly or something? Did I make them too thick? Big luxurious lashes on my men are my favorite. Yeah, I'll dial them back. I definitely think they're a bit too much right now. We're chilling. They're still pretty prominent, but it's also like at a point now where it's a lot more manageable. Grab. Strong pop of orange. Same with down here. Not up that hill. That. And over each of those. Have the skin cut in a little bit. And cool that off by a bit. And add a little bit of shine on the lashes. And look at that. That looks so cool. So I want that to be a bit stronger. Yeah, no, I'm loving where this piece is going. Then if I want to just... Ooh, okay, yeah, this needs another mid-tone. think the mid-tone makes that look a bit nicer. You put your finger over his open eye. It looks like he's sleeping. Oh, I hope he's having a good nap. So, is there anything everyone's excited for? Angry sleeping? Effie says Hightail. Okay, other than Hightail. Half-Life 3. They announced Portal 3 is in development. That was some pretty cool news to see. Yeah. If you go to the Valve guy's Twitter, made a post on it. Let's tackle some of the mess that we have going on here. Yeah, Gabe Newell. Yeah, Gabe Newell posted it. Pretty sure that turned out to be fake. What? No way. Well, now I'm sad. I was so pumped about that. Orange is a much nicer color than the rest of the highlights on the hair. So I'm about to convert all the highlights on the hair to that color. There's only this color for the highlights because I wasn't sure what color to do anyways, so... There's some Half-Life leaks. Well, I can't speak. There were some Half-Life leaks recently, though. Fascinating. Dear God, I haven't had OBS. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Do not worry. No one has said anything in the Twitch chat. We are safe. Oh dear, it's been 3 hours. Whoops. Have I played Half-Life? I should. I've played a little bit of Half-Life 1 and a little bit more of Half-Life 2. I have not beaten either of them. I did have fun with them though, but it was a lot more stressful than I was expecting the experience to be. I've also started Half-Life Alyx. Honestly, let's just convert almost all the highlights on this hair to this color. It contrasts better, and it just looks better. It's not this pukey brown. It's this lively autumn. Half-Life Alyx is your favorite game ever? Yeah, I think Half-Life Alyx was a lot of fun. Just the way they incorporated, you know, um, video game mechanics with VR was insanely cool, and everything's interactive, and it's a lot of fun. I highly enjoyed my time with it. I haven't beaten that either. I had to stop because I kept getting so motion sick from the VR. Start painting in just the solid brush because I do just want to get all of these uglier highlights out of here. Yeah, games I need to play. Oh, girlfriend, if you're still here, we need to play more Persona 3 at some point. There's also so much red here from the sketch. We do play Rain World. I don't know if I like the name's familiar, but I don't know if I know that. It's fun, as great world building. I see. I'm very excited for Atlas, not Atlas Studios, but this people that made the Persona games are creating a new game called Metaphor, and it comes out in October, and I really want to play it. Oh, oh, that shade of brown just fixed the hair entirely. Oh my gosh, what a nice enhancement. Girlfriend messed up. She did some yoga, then took a shower, and now she's too tired to want to be productive. But she should, so she can do fun stuff. Oh no. He fell for the greatest trap. Eeps. Maybe outline the hair that's in front of the sky. Without reading that, I literally started doing that. That's so funny. Well, I'm glad we had the same thought in regards to that. A couple of drawers. Sharing the brain cell. It must be the right move if we both came to the same conclusion. Yeah. If any of you haven't checked out Effie's art, they are at EFS3 on Twitter, and you definitely should. A very lovely and talented creative. With insane skill. Girlfriend says, Ooga Booga pretty drawing. He says, oh my god, the shout out. Thanks, Derry. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. I'm very stingy on shouting out things. I only shout out when I believe it. I also like to do it unprompted. If I feel like someone's looking for it, I feel like it doesn't mean as much. If he says, you know, funny coincidence, I got a stomach ache because of a dairy product today. That's horrible. What dairy product was it? Getty ice cream? A bit too hard on the outline down here. Chocolate milk? I had chocolate milk this morning. I loved it. I'm sorry you got poisoned by it. Oh, Effie, one time a bot joined one of my Twitch streams, and their name was Evie something. So I thought it was the Evie we know, and I got so excited, and I was saying hi and everything. And then I slowly realized they were a bot trying to have me commission them for Twitch UI graphics, which is not as fun. I'm just kind of adding this thicker outline to a lot of the hair strands, and it's giving this more comic book look, which I'm actually kind of digging. I feel like Twitch UI graphics aren't very necessary. That's what I'm saying. One of them was very mean about it, though. They were like, hey, your graphics look ugly as hell. And I was like, what? Like, why are you trying to get clientele that way? The outlines look so good. Yippee! I feel like they can add a lot. Up here, though, I should add more of a rim light highlight with my sharp brush. Treat it like a G pen. Get volume with pen pressure. Your graphics look ugly as hell. What graphics? There's none to look ugly. That's true. I don't have any graphics. I don't know why I got so offended. They were like, add me on Instagram, and then I did, and then they like showed me their artwork, and it honestly looked pretty bad. And then I was like, oh, look at my work. And then I flexed on them. I don't like it when people make bots that waste your time. I get very cranky. So if you're gonna scam me, make it fun at least. That's what I'm saying. Put in a little bit of effort. Alright, so I should actually rotate this to a way too bright. Where's my... I gotta keep in mind that the light would be bouncing off of the green shirt onto the hair. Scam me with a good time. Abso-fruitin'-tootin'ly. Out here using brain. Yeah, well, it makes the piece a bit more believable. So yeah, I just added one up here that probably wouldn't be getting hit as much by specifically the green, be getting hit more by the sky's bounce light. So I had to adjust that real quickly. Also, when you are adding bounce light, I think a good tip is to put the bounce light within the shadows. So don't have the bounce light actually like touch the highlight, you know? If it's within, the bounce light should stay within the shadows, right? And it shouldn't be reaching that Terminator line. Believe that we have children skydiving without a parachute. I don't know if you've looked at the top left, but I called it skydiving tutorial because I thought that was a really funny name for this piece. Your art looks like it would taste like fruit icicle ice cream. What? I guess so. I don't know. I was in a bad mood this morning, and now I'm in a great mood. I feel on top of the world. Because the piece is coming out so well. Give me that sharp brush. You do still want to eat Craigies? That will not go well for you. Just so you know. That's not me stopping you. That's just me letting you know that it will not go well. You get famous off the comic, make that as a product. What's Craigies? Oh my goodness. You were not here for it the other day. Where are you, Effie? So Craigie is my story, my setting that I'm creating a comic on currently. I'm trying to, after stream every day, work on the storyboard for the first chapter. Within the setting, there is the world, first of all, takes place in the sky. The entire world is up in the clouds, which is why you can see these floating islands about. And within the setting, there is magical rocks called Craigies, crystal energy. What they're able to do is manipulate energy. Oh, no, of freaking course you know Craigie? Have I told you about it before? You read my old comic? One on Webtoons? What? Oh, that's wild. Did you see the promotional comic I made? While you're answering that, I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break. So I'll let everyone just kind of look at the pretty art while I do that. So yeah, I will be right back. All right, I finished the bathroom break. So if he says the girl that was pink, I think, and the guy that was green. Pink. May have seen it. Girlfriend says that one was New Borders. Girl that was pink and guy that was green. It very well could have been New Borders. I might have... the guy that was... Let me pull up a drawing real quick and I'll see if that's it. Well, was it green hair or green clothes? Effie said I may or may not be confused. I don't know where the drawing is. I might have to make a full screen to find it. Green clothes, and the girl also had clothes. Well, I hope the girl also had clothes in a color. Can't find it. There's a drawing I could pull up right now that would bring clarity. Gosh darn it, where is it? Also, there was a comic and text. And they were talking. Did the characters look like these? This one? Well, this one was a story in the world of Kreiji. You could consider this story the carriage boy. Yes, Chariot. There's the girl and the guy with the clothes. Yes, there's 2 girls and 3 guys here. I don't know which one you thought was what. No, you didn't confuse it? Girlfriend said, I'm done doing name spoilers. I don't want to get in trouble again. You're okay. It's fine. I'm not upset at you. What is it? So the guy on the left, his name is Chariot. Is the blonde one a girl? Yes, the blonde one is a girl. Did I draw her with green clothes? The red one a boy. The red one is a boy. No green. That's okay. I think most of the time when people have the hairstyle that boy has, they're usually a female character. Oh my gosh, I popped off on that webcomic though. I did that in high school. Let's go. Alright, here, let me so I just want to triple check. Is it this story? Yes, it was. Okay. Because I had this one and another story called New Borders, and New Borders is a bit more sci-fi, but I didn't really do anything with it. I just did the introduction thing. This is quite a panel to leave on. These are actual signs, by the way. Oh, I remember this drawing of Wilton in the background with the one character in panic. Yes. Um Wilton is always panicking. I really popped off with the art on this comic. I don't know how I did it. I did this all on Procreate on my iPad. And I would just work on it at school in free time. But you can tell I didn't know anywhere near as much composition. I clearly I didn't thumbnail any of this either. You can confirm I didn't know anything about composition. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jeez. Yeah. So the story I'm currently working on is the exact same universe. Although these characters aren't really in it. It takes place like thousands of years after you know, this time. Well, I say thousands, a long stretch of time. Does girlfriend and I know each other from high school? Yes. We met in middle school. We've been together since high school. Yeah. Chariot's pretty cool. Chariot becomes a bit of a powerhouse. Look at him. So groovy. I don't know if I have many good chariot drawings on this computer. Carrot. Eventually, he swaps it out with a white cloak. This was kind of the, some old, like, concept art for him. I think I have actual concept art, too. I don't know where it is. I did this piece, which I really liked for a long time. Eat carrot, nom nom nom. Okay, okay, guys, let's not bully the carrot too much, okay? He's doing good. We don't need to stress out the little carrot. Yeah. No, I saw the one braid hairstyle one time, and I couldn't get over it. So he is my one braid hairstyle character. Yeah, I'm just quickly seeing if I have anything else on Chariot. I don't think I do. But that's fine. Sadly, in that comic, I didn't work on it long enough to actually get to the Crygis within it. Which is a shame, because I think I care a lot about that. Oh my gosh. All right, let's look again and see how much progress we've made. Okay, I'm going to do the merge visible to new layer trick real quick, actually. The heck is layer 12? I have no idea. Bye-bye, layer 12. But that's where you know the name from. I see, I see. That is quite cool. Yeah, look at that. Oh. What a good improvement. If you made green guy's hair red and clothes orange, he would totally look like the other guy if you squinted. Possibly. That is an outcome that could occur. So I think in terms of what needs to be rendered next, probably need to go a bit harder on this hand and the necklace, because I think that's one of the real focal points. Everything in the composition kind of makes its way over to that. And the two other focal points, there's kind of three, and I think they mainly go into each other. And you can really get to all of them in the same patterns, which is really nice. So rendering out the hand that's in the foreground a lot more, as well as getting that necklace really done, and then adding some more decorative elements. What does the necklace do? The necklace does nothing. The necklace is less of I create fireworks. You know, it doesn't do anything crazy like that. It's just sentimental. It's the kid's necklace. He likes his necklace. And here he dropped necklace and need to catch necklace, so he in freefall. Is tragic, but that is life. I could probably work around with some of the highlights on the hair, add a nice stylistic highlight, kind of just arch. Flipping the canvas is always so scary. You don't know if you're gonna end up hating it. But I don't think I do. I very much like this composition. I think everything still looks pretty nice. What is going on? Girlfriend said, at Effie, I need you to know your art looks like it would taste like a flaky, slightly country pastry, like a croissant or something like that. Is the pastry brown or more a yellow? What? He does do a little dance. He's having fun. Can I get this more? Oh, oh, oh. It's magic. There we go. Now he's dancing. Ooh, 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 da da, ooh, 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 da da, ooh, da da, ooh, da da, ooh, 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 da da, ooh, ooh, ooh. It looks good from both flips, so I'm very happy with it. Such a silly little dance. Looks so emotional here. So yeah, I need to add this pattern on the shirt to the bottom of it and the other sleeve. Render out this hand a bit more and possibly add a bit more elements into the foreground. Well, not exactly like closer to the camera, but on the foreground section of the piece. That would clean it up a bit. At least I think so. Oh, that looks really cool, actually. Having it upside down. Wait, that looks so sick. Yeah, I like this. This is cool. You know what? Pivoting the entire drawing now. Well, actually, when it's upside down, it doesn't look like it needs the extra elements that I feel like it needs when it's like this. He jumps like Superman, creating a typhoon from where he once was. Looks better falling? You think so, Acorn? So, I'm gonna need to do a trick here where I overlap the necklace above the pinky finger here, because currently it looks like he's actually holding onto it somewhat. The only thing I want to like be somewhat within his grasp is the string. What if you switch the necklace for a hamburger? With a hamburger? I'm not sure. Sorry, I keep missing all your sand, by the way. It's like 2 a.m. Oh, you're all good. Oh, all my streams? Yeah, sorry that I do it so late for you. It's a good time for me to do it in the day. Uh, because if I need to do any morning chores, I still have time to do them. And then I can squeeze this right between. Essentially, after dinner, I just start going ham on the comic. Oh, great heavens, it's a hamburger. Well, I don't even need to explain what's going to happen next, do I? Wait, hold on, hold on. That's so goofy. Actually, if we do it more like that, group it. All right. Well, I'm making this just for you, Effie. Voila. This is looking perfect. Okay, and then... Oh. Hold on. There we go. This is wild. I don't know how I feel about this. What bugs me is it works too well. That's the best advertisement. Ding. Hold on. I think I can... Where is it? There we go. There it is. That's so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. When Robins get this man sponsored. Oh my. Just put a big $3.99 next to it in the left corner. If you're getting a burger for $3.99, I am jealous. Every burger I get's like 16 bucks. I hate how well that works. Just holding the burger there. I can probably make it fit the drawing a bit more if I do a what is it? What is it? Hmm. Might be under artistic. Yeah. So I picking up the lines a bit. Art is to realize your dreams. Check KC Discord. Just to realize chat streams. KC is in Quebec Corner. Okay, I'll check Quebec Corner Discord. Did I get pinged there? Media. Oh dear. Wild. That's wild. Playing with the painterly thing. I like the color blending feature. Can I make that more intense? What is the color blending doing? Okay, it's doing what I thought it was doing. What is what? Colors. What is what? The thing in Casey. Acorn simply just posted the drawing and was like, "Hey, you want Burger King?" Oh, that posterization though? That's what I'm saying. Wait, select the bread and then turn up the posterization. Turn it up? Effie, I don't want to select all that bread. It's not a simple color selection. I have to carve it. Let me, What? It's not working how I thought it would. Selection was not created. Yeah. Just use the overlap function on the burger layer. Make it 3 colors. I'm carving it. Right, let me duplicate this layer first. Bam. All right. This 97 old diner is selecting burgers the old-fashioned way. Just use the overlap function on the burger layer. Overlap function? I probably know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm just not thinking of it. Filter. Effect. Artistic. Effie, that's horrible. Like, select layer and then select overlapping. Like when you hold down left control and left alt when you click. You expected it to be orange? Yeah, I was not expecting the heavy saturated YouTube Roblox thumbnails. No, I think it looks best with this rendition. I like this. And then you simply paint it a bit with some textured brushes. There's my Rust brushes. Where's my rake? Extra rake. And bam, you are photo bashing. Give burger outline. Want me to give it an outline? You're putting too much effort into this? You are correct. I am. And I shouldn't be. No, you're not. Keep going. Evie, what have you made me do? That's so good, though. It's quite funny. I'll give you that. Oh my gosh. Singapore is totally worth it for this. Happy. All right, we've done it. We photo bashed in the burger. Now it looks a part of the piece. And so just a edited in photo burger. It looks like we went through the painstaking effort to actually detail this burger for this piece. Is everyone happy now? Just gonna call this layer burger. You cannot deny that this looks incredible. This is such a goofy image. Now add a Mr. Smoothie. No. It's been almost 4 hours. I need to stop. Can I do this to you? Fine. Too much power, Effie. You have too much power. There you go. I sent it to you. All right, but the drawing is coming along great. You're using your power for the good of humanity? Sure, sure. Oh, wait, let's check the values of the burger. All right, they're solid. They're solid. It works. Okay, let me get the necklace back. String. All right. This is what we have. We're going to continue rendering it tomorrow. I am out of time for today. But thank you to everyone that joined. It's been a wonderful time. Yeah, I'm excited to finish this piece. There's not a lot left to do unless we start adding crazy things in tomorrow. Which is not off the table, but I don't know. I don't feel like we need to add too much. I feel like it's a simple piece. There's a lot going on, even with a a simple, you know, orchestration of it. So I'm very pleased with it. After tomorrow, I'm gonna consider editing this into a video over the weekend. I don't know how easy it's gonna be, so I might not do it. Or I might just talk over it as I work on it. And in between those free times, I'm just gonna be drawing. So tomorrow should be our last stream on this, and then I'm going to be streaming exclusively on Twitch on Friday for the ArtTuber SMP. So that is the plan for the rest of the week in terms of streaming. Thank you everyone for dropping by. It was great. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care, and goodbye.